So most coaches don't choose between high ticket or low ticket. They just choose whatever sounds easier or hurts less. Because the other day I was speaking to a coach on a call that I had with him, and he said that when he was doing high ticket, he felt like he was chasing every single lead, which led him to feeling burned out every single day. So naturally, he convinced himself that low ticket was the only way to go and the only way to actually get more clients to make more money. So as we carried on speaking in the call, it became very clear that it wasn't actually his price that broke him. It was because he didn't have any systems that actually helped him sell his high ticket offer. He didn't have a specific niche, no premium offer, and his positioning was very, very poor. And so he blamed the price because that was just the easiest thing to actually blame at the time. But the real problem wasn't his price at all. So in this video I'm going to go over the differences of low ticket and high ticket and which one is actually better to actually help you understand which one would make sense for your business so you can actually build something stable and actually scalable. So what actually is high ticket? So obviously high ticket is charging a higher price, which is between 1k and 3k for something like an 8 to 12 week program, because obviously you can't be charging 1k to 3k per month. That wouldn't make sense. And doing this as a high ticket offer is going to help you obviously have less clients but make more money, because let's say you've got 3 clients and they're all at 1k a month for a 3-month program. You need to close 3 clients a month to make 3k, rather than with a low ticket offer, the duration is probably going to be per month. You're probably going to be charging per month, and the price point is probably going to be $100 to $500. Let's say you've got 5 clients at $100 a month, that's $500 a month. Let's say you've got 3 clients of a high ticket offer at 1k a month, that's literally a 3k a month. That's a massive difference, and this is why high ticket can be better in some cases. So with high ticket, it's literally the vehicle that your prospects and your clients are looking for to reach their goals. So you're going to build that Lamborghini is going to be your high ticket offer, and you're going to put them in it, and they're going to drive off and ride into the sunset to reach their health and fitness goals. That's exactly how a high ticket offer works. It needs to actually get them to where they want to be so that they're willing to pay the price to get there. So your high ticket offer basically needs to have a specific outcome and a specific deadline. For example, your specific outcome could be to lose 20 pounds in 12 weeks. That's a specific outcome and a specific deadline, which means this is a specific offer, which means you can charge between 1k to 3k for it, because obviously it's a specific outcome and a specific deadline. Whereas with your lower ticket offers, these don't really have specific outcomes or specific deadlines, meaning you can't really charge too much because you're probably not actually going to get your client the result that they want, because the offers are just way too vague. They don't really help a specific person to get a specific result. And you're probably thinking, yeah, I understand, but why would anyone still pay me 1k to 2k, maybe even 3k for an online program? And it's simply because, again, it's about the outcome that you deliver, and it's about the deadline that you meet. You need to have an outcome and a deadline so people actually know and understand what you do and how fast it's going to take them to get there. Because if you're charging 1k, for example, for a 3-month program again, and you have an outcome and a deadline, that means they're more than likely going to actually achieve that outcome within that deadline. Whereas if you're charging 500 per month, you're probably not actually going to get your client that result in just that 1 month. And that's simply because with high ticket, they're going to get more access to you because there's more time to actually get the result. There's going to be more accountability because you're going to be spending more time with them. And this is going to actually get them to their desired outcome, because again, it's a longer program. The longer the program, obviously the more you need to charge, but the better the result for them. So it's like one big cycle that works in order to get your client the result they want. And with low ticket, if we're being realistic, if you're charging 100 to 300 a month, you need to actually understand your worth and your value, and you need to raise your standards, because you shouldn't be giving clients a lot of time because of how low your price actually is. This means the client probably won't get the result that they actually want, because you can't give them the accountability and the coaching they actually need, compared to a high ticket offer where you're with them for 3 months, you're giving the accountability they need, you're giving them everything that they need to actually succeed within your coaching program. So this takes me on to the pros and cons of low ticket then. So the pros are that there's a lower churn rate, so clients are likely to last longer. And this is simply because obviously it's a cheaper price, and you're probably not going to get the client the result in the first month, so they're probably going to likely to stay on as your client until they get the result. But this can also go into the cons category as well, because clients might be likely to drop off because they're not investing enough money to the point where they actually take your coaching seriously. So another pro is that it feels safer when you lack confidence. And what I mean by this is, charging a low price is going to be a lot easier on you if you don't have confidence within your offer or what you actually do. So that's probably why you charge a low price. And there's just going to be less pressure in sales, because when you're charging a low price, you don't really need to sell people on the offer because it's that much of a low price. Whereas with a high ticket offer, you do need to know a little bit about sales and you need to try and sell people on the offer and on the outcome. Whereas with a low ticket offer, you don't really need to. So cons, obviously we've been over the churn rate one, but you need to do a lot of volume. And this is a very big con, because when you're charging low ticket, you need a high amount of clients to make a high amount of money. So that means you need to do more volume to get more clients. You need to do more marketing, more content, more outreach, which means you're barely going to even have any time to take on more clients because you have to do that much volume. You need an audience to sell to. This isn't really too much of a con, but if you don't already have an audience, then it's going to be hard for you to actually get clients. And it's harder to actually get real results and client testimonials because of the fact, like I said earlier, people aren't investing enough money to the point where they take your coaching seriously to actually get the result that they want. And you just become busier, like I was saying earlier again. You become a lot busier, you become busy, you become overwhelmed, maybe even burned out. And you're not really going to become freer because you need to have more clients to obviously make more money. So let's get into the high ticket pros and cons then. Obviously there's a lot more pros than cons with high ticket. So the pros of high ticket is that your ability to deliver premium value is increased, and this is because you're spending a lot more time with the client, so you can actually give them as much value as they need. You're going to be giving them the accountability they need to actually get towards where they really want to be with their fitness and health. It's going to be a higher revenue per client. This is obvious, but obviously when you're charging more, you only need less. You need literally less clients to make more with high ticket. That means you're going to have more freedom and just going to have more time to yourself because you literally don't need as many clients as you do. Whereas when you're charging low ticket, obviously, you're also going to get committed clients, because when you're charging a high price, people are actually going to start taking your coaching seriously because you're charging a price that not many other coaches charge, which means they're going to take it serious because they've invested a decent amount of money into your coaching. So they're actually going to get the result. That means you're going to get more client results, which means you can use those results as more clients to get more clients, to get more clients, to get more clients, because you can use those results as testimonials, post them on your page, on your socials, within your content, and that's just going to give you a bit more social proof to, again, get more clients. And again, as I was saying earlier, you're going to be doing less work to literally earn more. You only need about 3 to 5 clients to make around 3 to 5k a month, whereas with low ticket you need probably like 10 to 20 clients to make around 2 to 3k a month. Obviously, do the maths, you'd rather probably do high ticket to have more time freedom and just be free, because you're literally doing less work to make more money. And I've just realised I made a mistake here. We've already got this one, I've already been over that. So let's go over the cons of high ticket. It's a bit harder to sell. And it's simply because it's obviously a higher price. If you're charging 1k to 3k, that might be someone's full wage within a month, depending on their job and depending on who you actually serve and who you actually coach. But it's going to be a lot harder to sell because simply it's a higher price. You're also going to get high expectations from clients. This can be good, because if you're getting high expectations and you actually meet those expectations, obviously they're going to be very, very satisfied with your coaching. But if they have high expectations and you don't really meet their expectations, this could be a very, very big problem if your offer isn't actually what it is and what you actually say it is. And like I was saying earlier, you need sales skills for high ticket. This is simply because it's a higher price. You need to be able to sell people on the outcome, not the specific features within your offer. You don't want to be speaking about you get this, you get 3 months with me, you get accountability. You need to be speaking about the specific outcome that you deliver. Again, it's like the vehicle. You need to be selling them on the vehicle that actually gets them to their goals. You need to be selling them on the holiday, the vacation, not the plane ticket or not the flight, because nobody wants to be sold on the flight. Nobody wants to go on the flight. They just think about being on holiday or being on vacation, depending on where you're from. So overall, if you're trying to scale from a business point of view and you've got 10 clients at $100, that's obviously $1,000. And with high ticket, if you've got 3 clients at $1,000, that's obviously $3,000. And if you scale even further with low ticket or high ticket, let's say you've got 30 clients at low ticket, that's still $3,000 a month. But let's say you've got 9 clients at $1,000 a month on a high ticket offer, sorry. That's $9,000 a month just with 9 clients. This is a 3x difference with less clients, and that is the power of a high ticket offer. There's not many cons to it either, which means this is perfect for a coaching business. So this is the one that I highly recommend. So at this point, it's just about choosing your path. You keep trying low ticket, you keep trying high volume, you keep doing and trying complex systems, which leaves you consistently busy, exhausted, and with no time at all. And no matter how many clients you take on, your income doesn't really change because you're paying with your time. Or you can choose path B, which is obviously the easier option, will allow you to scale even further, which is you building a high ticket 3 to 5 client a month model where every client actually is committed and you actually get them the results that they want. And the business can finally scale without burning you out or you having to do any more work. It's really as simple as that. And if you want to scale, it's super obvious which one you'd pick, and it's probably going to be this one, path B. So overall, choosing a high ticket coaching model is the best way to actually scale a coaching business. But the reality is you can't really increase your price without fixing these few things. Having a clear niche, a strong offer, and an actual predictable way to get leads and clients consistently. And if those few things aren't in place, raising your prices will cause a lot more frustration, a lot more stress, instead of more freedom and income. So check out the videos on my page that will tell you step by step how you can fix those things so that you can confidently charge higher prices. But anyways, with this video, you finally learned what it actually takes to scale a coaching business. And it's obviously that high ticket coaching is the best model when it comes to coaching. So if you need some help in making a high ticket offer, head over to my Instagram, the link's in the description. I'll be more than happy to have a chat with you, give you some guidance to point you in the right direction into creating your high ticket offer. No pressure, no sales or anything like that. I genuinely want to help people out. So give me a DM, I'll help you out and I'll point you in the right direction.